Hello, Data here. In today's video, I have an announcement with some details and then an ask of all of you. I'll explain later on in the video why I use the trail name data and an avatar in my videos, but first to my announcement. Starting in March of 2025, I'll be attempting a through hike of the Appalachian Trail. I'll be taking a flip-flop approach to this hike, and there are several reasons for that, which I'll outline in a second. I'll be starting in central Virginia and probably in the Shenandoah National Park or nearby it, and I'll be hiking northbound to Katahdin from there. So I have several reasons for taking this approach, and I'll share those with you now. First, I want to avoid being in the bubble that starts in Katahdin about that time of year. I like hiking with other people, but not a lot of other people. So it's also better for the trail environmentally, I've been told, and I think it's true from the ATC and other folks, that we not all start in the same place at the same time in the spring. This will also allow me to start out hiking north of Helene's disaster zone, which is still heavily impacted by that hurricane. That'll give more time for the work that needs to be done on the part of the ATC trail clubs and hiking clubs and the Forest Service and all the other folks who are working hard to get the trail back in good shape. And I would encourage other hikers to take this into consideration as they plan their through hikes. In particular, the Pisgah National Forest section is in really bad shape still, with lots of blowdowns still covering the trail and even some shelters demolished. Also, I did hike the first 125 miles of the Appalachian Trail northbound in 2024 as a set of section hikes until I was blown off trail by Hurricane Helene on September 25th. So I like the idea of starting this hike someplace on the trail that will be new to me. And this approach also allows me to hopefully summit Mount Katahdin in midsummer or so with a little bit better weather. And then lastly, it will allow me the option of finishing the southern portion of the Appalachian Trail, either SOBO or NOBO, in the fall. That way I'll be able to adjust to the trail and weather conditions at that point in time. So why do I use a trail name? In June of 2024, I met another hiker who was working then on a through hike. His trail name was Late Start, and he and I met at Springer right at the trailhead. We just happened to show up at the same time, and he was a fellow recent retiree, so we kind of hit it off. He suggested that I consider using the trail name data because I was carrying several sets of maps and other information about the AT, and I probably do a little bit more planning than most folks hiking the AT. It also connects to what I did in my previous line of work, and maybe that's why I do it. So the trail name data seems to suit me, and I've accepted it. I like the anonymity of a trail name because it protects my privacy when I'm on trail. I'm not really hiking to get famous. And it's also why I use a stuffed toy as an avatar on some of my videos instead of using my own face, which I never show on videos. I'm pretty introverted, and I'm not really comfortable in front of a camera. I have a lot to learn about the basics of vlogging even, and so also having to learn about being comfortable in front of the camera is not something I'm ready to do yet. Someday maybe, but not yet. So now for my ask of you all. If you could please consider following my adventure by subscribing and clicking on the notifications bell, I'd appreciate that. It would also be great if folks could comment on my videos or click the like button on things that tickle your fancy. And you could also share information about my adventures with other people who you think might be interested. That'd be great. Having said all that, I want to end by saying thank you in advance for any and all support I might get along this adventure. And as always, happy trails to each of you.